исторический момент для специалистов РВСН и всей страны. Новейшая тяжелая межконтинентальная ракета «Сармат» выходит из шахты и устремляется к полигону Бура за 1000 километров. Этот пуск с естественного космодрома
Желаю вам новых свершений во имя нашей Родины.
Активная работа по подготовке к перевооружению головного ракетного полка на комплексе «Сармат» уже идет. В Минобороны сообщили, что первым станет полк в Ужурском соединении под Красноярском. Дарья Сенникова, Павел Ольховиков, телеканал «Звезда».
If you're looking for the top censored truth or memes of the week, number 14, you're in the perfect spot. I'm Jason of Awake Souls, and I'm joined by the Limitless one. How are you doing, Ronnie Harris?
I'm good, man. I'm looking forward to tonight. Thank you. Hope everybody had a good day and a good week. We got lots of truth to go over.
Lots of truth. And so we've got two sort of themes going on tonight. We've got isms. So if you think that there's any good positive isms out there, we're going to dispel that thought tonight for you. And let's see, what's the other one? Oh yeah, nukes. Yeah. The Satan 2. So we've got some propaganda, and there's a lot of headlines going on about nukes right now, so we got to talk about that as well.
Yeah, we got so much to talk about. There's censorship. We're going to talk about censorship. So much truth. All the isms, like I keep saying to everybody over and over again, it's not just against Jeranism or whatever. He just happened to choose that name the year that it trended, right? All isms are bad. All isms are bad. It's like I try to explain to people the whole, like, if you identify yourself as someone who's white, you then become a target in a debate. You've lost the debate because they've categorized you and they say, well, we're not that, right? So the ism is just another type of a defense or a tactic that you would throw out in a debate. Oh, you're just an ism. Oh, you're a this ism. And there's nothing good about it, any of them, right?
No, there's not. So I mean, we'll go into depth on the isms a little bit tonight, because Ronnie said that there's a bunch of memes that are going to be on the isms, and so a quick little bit of research will be added to really help you understand what all these isms are. So there's a definition, two definitions of the isms that really hyper focus on what an ism is, and I think once you get that, you're gonna understand why all the isms are wrong and bad. And yeah, it's funny, I asked you today, what's the worst of the isms, right? And your first response was Jeranism, and it was funny. So it's
they're all bad. No, the actual worst one is Satanism.
That's the worst one.
Cananism, right? However you want to label it.
Yeah. So that, let's see, the whole nukes topic right here. We've got we can do some of our usual footage breakdown of it. We've got we want to put people on to the truth regarding nukes being a hoax. It's a fear porn tactic. It's the whole thing's built off of a non-reality, and so we want to dispel that, because at some point here they're going to use that narrative. They've done all the predictive programming, all this for a reason. They are going to use a nuke at some point, but we know what is and what isn't an actual nuke. So we'll go through some of that. And the memes, so this is top memes of the week. You put together a collection for tonight. Tell us a little bit what you've been seeing going on in the memes this week.
Well, they generally been trending with, what's happening social media wise, right? We generally grab from a large pool of social media influencers. The narrative, I guess Elon Musk is the freedom fighter is one of the narratives, right? All the isms we're bringing back, but those aren't really breaking. What else have I seen?
Yeah, so Elon's going to take over Twitter to make it free for all of us, right?
Yeah, that's the narrative, right?
When all the headlines talk about is he's been one of the biggest censors online. He literally has a Twitter army that surrounds him. All the propaganda about Elon Musk is part of his Twitter army.
Yeah, he's a NASA agent. What do you mean? He works for NASA, right? But anyways, there's that topic. All the isms. What else? There's some crazy, that bill 2223 in California. We got to have some people do some research on that. They're talking about 29 days after something arrives here on Earth, you can, put it back where it came from. There's some crazy stuff. What else? Have you seen the new, I didn't put the meme in, but they have a male pregnant emoji. It looks like Bill Gates, right? Have you seen that?
No, I have not seen that.
Yeah, they have it. What else? Lately I've been noticing like certain people have been easily triggered with some of my content. And, I've been pushing the boundaries. I've been expressing myself fully. And then, sometimes it's good when I see some pushback from people. It lets me know, hey, maybe I've pushed the line too far. I've said or did something that, it's a little edgy. I find it funny. Comedians have to be funny. Comedy used to be really edgy, like really edgy. and it's come across that way. So, one thing I wanted to address here off the start was you'll commonly hear me constantly talking about people wearing tiny hats. Okay. I want to be really clear here. When we talk about the people that wear the tiny hats, we're talking about the Vatican, right? The people that practice witchcraft through Cananism.
The Pope,
right?
The Pope's got one of those little things, right?
Yes, the Vatican, all the different secret societies, even the Shriners wear funny hats. Okay, we're talking about those people, right? I'm not talking about people that grew up thinking that they were a certain race, right? And this is what they've been mind controlled under. I absolutely care about those people that try to be good, righteous, keep the law, whatever it is that they do. And, I've had some pushback. People are saying, oh, you hate this or you hate that. And at the end of the day, I really want to reach out to that community. I don't put the content out for no reason. I put it out to reach out to them. And my goal is, I sometimes want to express this a little more, is that I can help break them free from the mind control and indoctrination. Some of those people that believe that they're God's chosen people, God's chosen in quotation marks, they've been under a super amount of psychological programming. Every year, once a year for the cost, I can't say it out loud, they make everybody park their cars on the side of the highways. They have to stand there and mourn. So there's a super amount of oh, you're a hater. I got so many strikes. You guys, I had 7 bans in 3.5 days starting last Friday. Okay, 7 bans.
That's a terror that you went on. I gotta let everybody know Ronnie was literally on a high from the amount of censorship that he was going through, because when you get that message, you've been blocked, this strike, it's like there's an adrenaline rush. And so
yeah,
you had how many of those in what time period?
More than 7 in 3.5 days, starting Friday, right? Easter Banny showed up. Mark Zuckerberg threw me in jail, so I couldn't post all weekend.
Yeah,
right?
Speaking of 7 days, so we're still in Passover garb, because guess what? It's the 7th day. So you're talking about Passover week that you went through all this, right?
Yeah. It kicked off at the beginning of Passover week with Facebook. Then it went over to YouTube. After YouTube, it went over to TikTok, right? I'm surprised that Instagram didn't do anything, because I was posting the same content everywhere. I went hard, I put my foot down. I roared like a lion. See, guys, I could instantly get blocked. I could do it right now. I could get everything that I touch censored offline, but I don't want to do that. My goal, actually, like I said, is to reach.
You can do it without violence, without nudity. You can do it simply by exposing something that's true, and you actually have. I trust you. You can do it.
There was without anything against their rules. I can make myself completely off the social media sites. There was one bit of nudity in a video, Neon Night, The Lover's Light Part 1, which was a old video that I just sort of put together and put back up. There was a little bit of a side boob shot, and I want people to understand that the woman's body is beautiful, especially if it's portrayed in an artistic way. Okay, we grew up in a time period where people were a lot more healthy than they are now. And seeing a naked woman or a naked man, albeit that's not what I want to see, being painted was something that was normal. It was normal. And not only that, I got a strike for that. And then I put it on another channel and they just age restricted it. They didn't even give me a strike. So it shows the bipartisanship of their non, the way that they're, partisan against me on one channel, and they'll let me do anything I want on the other. But I got to tell you guys, so what it's like when you're on these sites and you pull it up, and whether it be YouTube or Facebook or anything, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, I get censored on them all. You get these banners, you get at first it's anxiety. You're like, you get this, then you see the warning label or restricted thing, and it starts to actually chew at you as a spiritual warrior, right? These are one of the things that I try to help people along with by showing the way, not simply by telling people, hey, do this, do that, do this. I just literally try to carve the path through the snow so that the other people can just run on behind me. Because what they do is anything that's truth is now deemed hate speech, because where we live is built on lies. Everything. It's the whole entire thing is built on a foundation of lies. So of course, if you're going to speak truth, you're going to be called a hate speech every time. But the key thing that I want people to know is once you lose attachment to it, and that you want to be smart, you don't want to be censored offline. If nobody can hear you, well, I mean, not very many people can hear me. but that's not the goal. The goal is to try to reach as many people as possible. That's what we do. And we know that our content is actually made for the future. It's not for this time period. We're doing stuff that's probably going to take years and years and years. You guys don't understand. It took them 1,000 years to get the heliocentric model accepted. They had to fly to the so-called moon and take a picture. It wasn't until they had the picture, the blue marble.
I don't know that it was 1,000 years because
they tried.
Copernicus and Isaac Newton, all that's 1500s, 1600s. We're talking they've had 500 years to get where they are.
It takes a long time. It takes a long time. And for what we're proposing, the computer is only like 40 years old, basically. The people have been using these. We're trying to tell you, you live in a computer-like reality. Okay, so it's not going to catch on quick. Jason and I both know this. And, at the end of the day, I know who stands beside me, right? I do. I don't need anyone to show up. I don't need any views. I do what I do to satisfy my soul. My soul drives me to do this. I can't stop. I have to put a governor on myself. And I just want everybody to know on the other side of the screen, the ones who get to come and join us, you guys got to be like some super special people. You do. I don't know how you got here. I don't know how you found us, but I'm glad you did. You've heard me push that button on the morning show. And it's true. It's true. I'm just thankful that anybody shows up, because as soon as Jason and I got together, and it seemed like the more hard hitting our content was, it was the more censorship we started to see.
Yeah, it's an interesting eclectic crowd that pays attention to the stuff that we cover. I'm fascinated by it. I'm always curious. I mean, who is it that's listening? Now we know certain ones that are willing to come forth publicly, but the lurkers, I'm always curious.
The lurkers are 99% of the content watchers. Right. Excuse me. Yes, they're all lurkers. Same with Facebook. Nobody wants to get on board, especially if nobody's standing beside you. They're going to be like, well, I'm not going to comment if I don't see a comment. Why would I, right? I'm not going to hit like if I don't see any other likes. That's the way that we've all been socially mind controlled. That's what this, and who was his name? Sanjar? I can't remember. The guy that was working for Facebook. He came out and he quit the job. He just said, yeah, we just ruined everybody in the reality by building this fake system of rewards through endorphin hits, when you should build the rewards like Jason and I. And again, I don't like to bash people over the head with this, but if you do something, Jason and I, our amount of clicks for how many times that we share truth, right? As soon as I knew that, okay, yeah, each time you share something that's true, you get like a kingdom coin. I was like, all right, this is interesting, right? Oh, they were like, but you don't get any earthly rewards. You're not going to be popular. You're not going to have viral videos, some close to viral videos. But they were like, but when you get to the kingdom, you're going to have this kingdom coin account, right? So the more truth you share, the more love you share, the more tenderheartedness you are, the more vulnerable, compassionate, the more you seek to make peace with your enemies. When you do these things, your reward gets just like cranked up. Right. And this is the thing that I want people to know, the passion that Jason and I have for sharing the truth. And we both know that there's these rewards. It says it in the book. It says it in all the books. So we've just tried to skyrocket it. So when we make our content, we are our biggest fans. We're making the content for ourselves. Jason gets his satisfaction, his soul fulfillment, his desire, what he desires to do through his own content. Just watching it himself. And I do too. And, because I made a comment this morning on Facebook, letting people know, like, I wonder if people think, oh, this guy must be embarrassed. Like, I've never seen anyone log so much time for absolutely nothing, right? I wonder if you on the other side of the screen think that. Because what I really want you to know is who you are, what I am, what Jason is something that you can't see. You can't see it. It's invisible. Okay. So too is everything else that's precious. Everything that you take with you is invisible. I'm giving you guys a super spiritual hack here. I guess the spirit's moving through me, and this is good advice. You want to build up things that are invisible, that you can't touch, that you don't get to have now. Those are the types of things that are going to be everlasting. And I just wanted people to know that I wasn't pandering for vulnerability. I wasn't trying to get people, oh, the poor guy standing up. I will stand all by myself for eternity if it means standing upon the truth. That's who I am. That's what I'm going to do. It's my passion project. I am in love with truth almost as much as I'm in love with my freshly ground coffee. So that's my huge ass rant. I'm really relaxed. Tonight's going to be a fun night. I didn't make any new memes this week, guys. No, this is the first week. My mind is like, I think we're going to stretch out what we did in the last 2 months for the next 1,000 years. Okay. So I just want you guys to enjoy tonight. We're going to take our time. We've got great music. We're going to shout it all out. We got some remixes. We got so much easygoing, nice stuff mixed together. And the meme roller is just a very simple, it's a short video. It's not 10 minutes. I think it's like 5 minutes long. Jason, I just ranted forever. I just wanted to get all that off my chest. It had been something weighing upon me. I wanted to share out into the realm publicly. Well, thank you guys for being here.
That's great. And I want to follow it up with some tough truth for everybody that, so when it comes to timestamps for shares, for likes, for comments, for putting up content, Ronnie is the Wayne Gretzky of the truth movement, and
it doesn't matter.
There's absolutely not a single thing that any of us can do right now to even catch up. We would have to be like sharing thousands of bits of truth every second to even start to climb on them. So the thing is don't be discouraged, because there is a second place, and there is a third place, and there is a fourth place for all these things. And so all we can do is run for the finish line as hard as we possibly can, and see what it is, that we can actually clock as far as how many truths we're able to share. How many, just everybody think about come Judgment Day, what you're going to be able to say as far as when you're questioned, who did you share the truth with and how? There's going to be a timestamp for it. And so the people that benefited from the truth and actually get saved and protected from destruction, so they're going to have somebody to credit as far as who they received that information from. So we're not doing this for the earthly gains. We're not doing this for the earthly riches. We're doing this because it's the right thing to do. But remember that the scriptures do say that the benefits, so you got the three servants. You got the first servant that doubles the money, and he gets his money doubled. The second servant, he did okay. The third servant buried his money, didn't do anything with it. So he had his money taken away from him and given to the one that did the most. We don't want to end up being that person that didn't do anything and then have any riches that would have been given to you taken away and given to the person that does the most, because Ronnie's going to already have enough of these riches in heaven, right? So
yeah, but see, that's the one thing I wanted to quickly interject. I know I did my long rant. I said, I want to share mine with everyone that actually stood beside me, people that took my hand when I needed them to, right? Those are the people that I'm going to go, here, I can't even spend all this kingdom coin. That's why I accumulated it, so I could give it away. That's the whole goal here. I just want other people to show up and fight too. That's one of the things that drives me. Just like seeing other people fight for truth, there is absolutely nothing. Okay, a mother loving her child is more beautiful. But after that, fighting for the truth, there's nothing that even comes close.
So Battery says there's a way to low-key share. We're not suggesting that we can see all the shares, right? We can barely see all the comments. We're so sandboxed. This is just a message to everybody to internally do this check, because if you shared the information with somebody, and that come Judgment Day, when that person is being questioned about the shape of the earth, the name to use for salvation, you're going to be going, hey, I shared it with you. There is going to be tangible evidence for all this, and so just try to be on the plus side of this. Everybody try to do the sharing and fight for the truth, and you could save people's lives. That's really what we're trying to do. And so it's the reward. It actually takes place just in the fact that you now all of a sudden you shared some truth with somebody that wakes up to it. there's a tremendously good feeling to that. And then the idea that you protected them from eternal damnation. I mean, you're going to feel good about that. They're going to feel good about that. It's good vibes across the board. So just trying to recommend people get as much of that as you can.
It feels good.
Yeah.
It's satisfying for me. Okay, everybody, you all have different jobs. The mother that gave the son the loaves of bread and the couple fish didn't know that that was going to feed 5,000 people, right? But this is how it works. This is how it works. The righteous seed will be very fertile. That's the way it's going to go in the kingdom. And again, you guys, it's not a competition. It's not a competition. It's just everybody. You know, one of the things I'll say before we probably get ready to switch on over, who would be more forgiving? Someone who has a larger debt or someone that just owes a few dollars? Who's going to be more thankful their debt is forgiven? It's a rhetorical question. Everybody knows. Obviously, who has most to be forgiven is going to be the happiest, right? So if you keep that in mind, and you on the other side of the screen, maybe you're not like us. I don't think you'd be here if you're not like us. It's crazy. The more sin you've done, the more mistakes you've made, the more angry, the more hurt you've caused, the more you're going to enjoy being forgiven. That's the way it goes. It all has to do with your heart condition, and that's the end of my rant because it'll never end.
All right, well, maybe we should get going to memes of the week. Should we take, I'll just take everybody, we'll go into the meme roller, and we'll see you on the other side. How's that sound? All right.
And now, the wait is over. It's time for Memes of the Week. Sponsored by Aluminum Foil.
Community members and the
Исторический момент для специалистов РВСН и всей страны. Новейшая тяжелая межконтинентальная ракета «Сармат» выходит из шахты и устремляется к полигону Кура за 1000 километров. Этот пуск с Плесецкого космодрома не рядовой бросковый старт, а первое полноценное летное испытание. И комплекс подтверждает все заданные характеристики. Они впечатляют. О крупном успехе Минобороны президенту докладывает Сергей Шойгу.
Товарищ Верховный Главнокомандующий, на первом государственном испытательном космодроме в Архангельской области завершена подготовка к проведению первого летного испытания.
I'm looking for you a million miles away. The only hope I have is hearing your name. The only hope that I have is you.
And we are back, but I wasn't quite sure whether or not you wanted to screen share first or whether or not I should screen share first.
I think you made the right decision. So I'd rather you screen share first. But let's get into it. What do you have for us lined up to start off the memes of the week? And you guys know it's sponsored by the Heavenly Holy Spirit.
All right.
And aluminum foil.
And aluminum foil. Let's go over here.
Let's go. Let's get this going, everybody. How's everyone doing in the chat? What up? Write them if you got them. Satan too. I heard about it. Yeah. Yeah, let's do it. Let's go. Let's show people how we do it live. We'll do it live. All right. I'll write it. They can't hear. I don't think your mic's in the thing. Has it been quiet the whole time? So Jason's got up here on the screen the Satan 2 rocket. I don't know if you guys have seen that, but he's going to get into the explanation. Sorry about that. We were just getting it going here. Give her, bro. You're good now.
Yeah, I don't know why that was turned off, but it was. So
it's fine.
This is all about the Satan 2 rocket. This is from the Russian website that it's still open. This is the propaganda that. So if you've seen clips of the Satan 2 rocket, you've probably seen them from this, but there's a whole bunch more. So we're just going to go through this and take a look at our usual debunks of it. I want to point out this picture that shows these rings. There's a ring here, there's a ring here, there's a ring up here. You're going to see rings, and you're going to see a canister that gets knocked off to the side with a thruster. And you're going to see it over and over and over again from slow-mo and a bunch of different angles. And so
go.
Let's
play some clown music. We
could.
What is this? Is this super slow-mo? Come on, guys.
Everybody should have seen the rings fall off, right?
I missed them. Here we go.
Oh, I gotta get this.
Do the ducking. Do the ducking, bro.
Oh yeah, that's true. What? I'm just gonna put this way down because
look at this angle, guys. Look at this angle. Look at that one.
The panning shot. It's tilting
Look
already.
At how it's leading. It's tipping. Boom! There goes the canister. Be shoot out the side right there.
Yeah. So let's rewind this just a hair. It's all about this canister. We'll do a little bit of debunking here.
Oh guys, come on. Great thumbnail, by the way, brother. I loved your thumbnail today. It made me laugh when I got home from the gym. I was like, what? How to sit on the fake nukes.
So I just want to point out a few things. Supposedly, this missile was all fully in the ground. Now it's already almost fully out of the ground, and we just saw a first flame. So somehow it was coming up out of this ground without any flame yet, right? No flame.
Oh, not yet.
Now it's just getting to the point where it's supposedly coming above the ground, and we saw a burst of flame.
There it goes, poof.
And
knock
then
that
there's
ring out.
Yeah, so this thing, we'll see it from another side, has like an ejector booster on it. So you can see right now that it shows solid. You don't see the orange right through, right?
Yeah, you can't see through it.
So let's keep going here. Now it's starting to spew out a bunch of blood orange smoke and some white smoke at the same time. It's flying through the air.
There it goes. It's gonna throw up the snow here. Watch this.
Now, I just want to point out here that
crispness of it. Look how crisp that is.
Now all of a sudden you can see all the way through it.
Now you can see through it.
Now you can
see the smoke. It's the angle right there. Sorry.
Ooh, crash.
Rolls up the snow there.
Pushing up the snow like that. So let's go look for some other footage of this. Putin. He looks so serious in it. So here's another angle of this. There, did you see the? All right, well, this is a farther shot, but now you can see. Ooh, it's got a jet.
Knocked it out to the side.
Here comes the orange smoke. Right, you could see through it at some point. Another point you couldn't. Here comes another angle.
It's so funny the way they do.
Right,
this.
notice so
out of the ground.
It's coming out of the ground, but there is no flame in the hole yet. You see how coming out of the ground, zero
no
flame.
Smoke or flame, yeah. Must be like a slingshot thing or something.
You got smoke coming up the side. Oh, now there's flame. And so it's just getting above the ground here. And here comes separation. And here's the booster. And it's going to shoot that ring. And then it's going to do its blood. Oh, now the rocket kicks on after that ring gets out of the way.
That was the fuse.
And here goes these rings around it. Eject.
Yeah, watch how they fall so symmetrically to the ground.
Right.
And they fall so nicely.
So you got 4 layers of rings popping off, and then you got this debris coming.
Letting all the gaskets out here. You see the rings? Those are gaskets, guys. Watch how they fall so nicely.
So they're never affected by the thrust ever.
No, they just gently fall down in unison.
Oh man!
Larry, look at Putin's face. Yes, we're here today to show you our Satan II rocket, which we will use to blow up Ukraine.
So I don't know if this is Satan 1 or just a prototype of Satan 2, but of course there's the Masonic checkerboard. No flame yet in the hole. It's coming out.
That's for the slow-mo measuring.
Coming out without any flame. Right? Now the flame.
The rocket itself is a ruler. It's turned into a measuring ruler. That's what the black and white is for. Oof. And so the fire and smoke is to hide the mask of the CGI rocket.
Here's the ring booster. Got to get
rid
of that ring. This is an
older footage, right? Yeah. This isn't the same rocket. This is different footage.
It does have the same blood orange coming out of it.
It go real fast. I mean, it go up real slow. This is not how rockets take off in reality, you guys. They fly super fast and they have to corkscrew. They have to spin. Right? This doesn't have any fins or wings.
This one had the same rings coming off, though.
No, I'm talking about this thing wouldn't be able to guide itself like a pencil straight up in the air. It's retarded. Okay, you need to have wings. Every flying device has wings, right? Or it has to rifle like a bullet. There's a reason why bullets have to rifle, guys. There's a reason.
So this is time-lapse footage of this huge thing.
Even a dart, you guys.
Standing up this silo. And then
the dart has to have its fins.
Then they show this footage. What is it that you see here as we go through this, brother?
Really blotchy, sloppy work, unpainted surfaces, bad welds, sloppy wires.
I see a conduit, screwed on the side here.
This isn't too sloppy. I see a few scuffs where they've gone with the sander, the grinder right there and there. Here'll be some wires just hanging loose outside of it. I guess that's where they got all the funny.
This is the grounding wires, right?
That's or it's the fuse, maybe. I don't know. I'm not a rocket scientist, but you see all the wires, and what are those, like clamping bolts? I don't know. That doesn't look too strong.
This looks like grounding here. They've got bolts with wires underneath the bolt heads. This is a nice little
box, right? Right below that.
Yeah.
And what is that? Like
this must be the electrical.
Yeah, that's the computer right there. That's where all the money takes place for the timing for the rings to pop off. This is a killer. This is a city killer, right? Is that what we're gonna believe? Where's the nuclear warhead? Show us that.
This is them loading the silo.
Look at here it goes.
Here comes the ring. Oh, I love that ring being
boof.
So this thing comes up, and then there's no flame underneath it for a little bit while the ring's being ejected. So it goes up, kicks the ring off, and then it takes off. Right?
That's how it does it. I know, it's crazy, right? Come on, guys. War is such a hoax. All this is such nonsense. This is not how you would do it in reality. I'm sorry.
Rings popping off.
Show me your small scale experiment of this, okay? Look at this guy's face as we psyop you. We will kill the Ukraine. Look at that thing, the way it flies up into the air. Come on, guys, that's fake as F. Making me want to cuss.
See how it went up and then it went up again?
Angled nice too. You guys understand that it doesn't have any stabilizing fins to slowly rise up in the air, right? You need to have fins to stabilize that. It'd be like you guys trying to make a lighter levitate. Light the lighter and hold it upside down and show me your lighter levitating. Okay, this is so stupid what these guys.
And here's the engine, right?
Ooh, look at those things.
Here's,
it's all phallic worship too, right? They're just a bunch of fags. Part of my language. I don't care if I get a strike. That's what they are. They're fags. They've been like that since Babylon. Since before Sodom and Gomorrah, they were like that. Nothing's changed under the sun.
That's the engines right there. So look at this.
I'm loose tonight. Let's go. Here come the canister that is this what's got the nuclear warhead in it? Right.
Yeah, look at this.
Look at that. Oh, look at these guys. This is serious. These guys are all dressed nice, huh?
Look at that tank that they have up on these rails right here. There's the pressure head,
valve stem.
This is the Satan 2 factory, I guess.
Yes, so Satan 2, huh? Have a look. It's fake as AF. Part of my swearing. Cover the kids' ears. Look at that. Come on, you guys. You know this is hilarious. Oh, man. They just served us up some gravy.
This is what they are pushing.
Gravy. We're going to get into the isms. I've been telling you guys for a while, man. No isms are good. Get rid of isms. Don't ever speak a ism out of your mouth unless you're saying Satanism. Bad.
So Wikipedia, the world's most trusted source for news.
Jerry's going to be like, you can't use Wikipedia, bro.
This is the consensus report on what isms are, right?
You can edit Wiki, bro. Come on. Go ahead and try. Put some truth on there. See how long your edit lasts.
So, in 2004, the Oxford English Dictionary added 2 new draft definitions of isms to reference their relationship to words that convey injustice.
Injustice?
Yes. So, the forming nouns with the sense of belief in the superiority of one over another. So, the examples of this would be racism, sexism, speciesism. So, this is superiority over one or the other. And I want to throw Jaron under the bus quick and just mention, so here's the 2 different ways you can define them. The second one is forming nouns with the sense discrimination or prejudice against on the basis of. So then you could have ageism, bodyism, heightism, faceism, lookism, all these things. So these are discriminations. The other ones are a belief in the superiority of one over the other. So do you think Jaronism is a discrimination or prejudice, or do you think Jaron actually thinks that he's superior over everybody else and actually expects people to believe?
It's a rhetorical question.
Yeah. So there's extensive lists of these isms. If you want to look at philosophies, these are the isms. These are just the A's. Absurdism, actualism, atheism, right?
Oh, these are nasty. Buddhism's not too bad. That's not too bad. There's one that I might say.
Taoism, deism.
Buddhism's not too bad. Buddha himself would have had to have been a follower of Christ from his very own teachings. But Buddha didn't claim to be the creator of the Christ, though.
Fascism.
Bad.
Gnosticism,
bad.
hedonism,
German idealism,
idealism,
idolism. Get you some cow idol. I don't even like when people say "holy cow." I say no.
Jainism.
I know Jainism. They'd be flat earthers with the square upon a square.
Yep.
Upon another square.
Let's see. We've got Marxism, skepticism. Materialism.
Ooh, bad ones.
What else we got here?
Tiredism? Kidding, I'm not. I'm hungry though. I'm looking forward to this.
The P's, there's a big list. You've got
paganism. It starts it off with paganism. They didn't mess around. Pythagoreanism is the last one. Go. The P's, huh? They just knocked it out of the park. Realism. Get you some of that.
What else we got here? Sexism.
Babylonianism?
Socialism. Can't forget that one. No.
Well, we're gonna hear about that one. Don't you worry. Don't get too bored of saying that one. Taoism. That's not too bad one.
Transhumanism.
Value pluralism.
That's not good.
I don't know. Value pluralism. Scroll over that one for a second. Let me see the
Which
pop up. Value pluralism, please. For 200.
In ethics is the idea that there are several values which you may be equally correct and fundamental and yet in conflict with each other. In addition, value pluralism postulates that in many cases such incompatible values may be incommensurable. So
incommensurable. Ooh, that was a good one. I enjoyed that. Thank you. What about vitalism? What's that? Ujud.
Yeah, so dualism, I saw in the chat.
Dualism's bad.
Dualism, where is it? Oh no, it's not
The
in this. It's
nihilism.
not in this list. It's in the next list.
Oh, there we go. Glossary of philosophy.
These are all the A's, the B's.
Oh man, these isms are gross. Oh, I gotta feel sick. Are you guys having fun? I'm having fun tonight, guys. Come on. I'm a little bit delirious. Fighting for the truth.
There's dualism.
Dualism.
A set of beliefs that begins with the claim that the mental and physical have a fundamentally different nature, similar to monoism, or contrasted with monoism. Well, we can actually...
That's partially true.
We can do much better than the Wikipedia answer of this. That's weak.
Betcha.
So, I mean,
the logical framework.
That's the second category. That's philosophy. Then you have the list of all the political ideologies that are isms. The list of all the art movements that are isms.
Art. What? I like art movements, but why they gotta be ismed?
There's isms.
Out of here.
There's isms.
Realism. Get you some truthism. That's
You
what
can
we
have
do.
yourself some brutalism, some...
You're gonna be tattooed up truthism. I'll use Jaredism's font. Yeah, right. Just kidding. I mean, it was funny. Nah, I won't even say it.
There's a hyper-realism. I don't know that
Hyper-realism.
It's probably one of the least evil of the isms.
Kinetic art, that doesn't have ism behind it. Land art doesn't have ism behind it. Mail art doesn't have ism behind it. What is going on? Naive art.
Well, these are different categories of art.
Okay.
So, realism is one of them. All right. So there's.
I'm that one. Yeah, I'm all over that. I want to be a realismist.
All right. So I just
No
wanted
isms.
I wanted to point out the isms, what they are, the Wikipedia version of it.
No, I wasn't picking on you, Jerry. Come on. I was making a joke.
All right. So this headline was out. I don't know how many people caught it, but bulletin: Russia informs citizens to prepare for NATO retaliatory nuclear attack this Sunday. So this came out April 20th. As of 7 a.m. Moscow time today, Thursday, the Russian Ministry of Emergencies published information on their website instructing Russian citizens to prepare for NATO retaliatory nuclear attack this Sunday, April 24th, 2022. Now, I have seen that the Russians have said that they were hacked. That the site was hacked, and the person that hacked it put up that information. So that's the reason why we want to talk about nukes, because they are setting this up where this type of propaganda is out there, literally naming dates as far as when to expect a retaliatory, which would mean this would be after something already happened. So that's set for this Sunday, and that's the reason why people need to know that nukes are a hoax. I want to just point out here that you can still find this information out there, people. If you do a search for nuke hoax, even on YouTube, and then go to my upload date, right? So you can't just go with the first search result. You have to filter by upload date and then start scrolling through there, and it might take you a while, but eventually you will actually get to some of the videos that show the original nuke footage. Come on.
bomb is still exploding. Whoa!
All right, so you'll see the actual nuke footage that was shown to the world, and you're going to be able to see how fake and how bad it was. So this is a 13, almost 14-minute video here that shows a whole bunch of this footage. You know, the guys that
Cameraman responds to. There's like,
this is what the world was shown. Look at these guys. See, it's all super low quality footage. I think all of this footage is 480. I don't know that you can actually.
Look at that footage. What do you guys think that's real? Get the frack out of here with this. Here we go, hoax. Get you some debunks on your nuke hoax. Let's go.
Yeah, so
great. This is some great stuff if you guys haven't seen this yet.
Yeah, here
we go. Here's a nuke. Oh, Putin showed up. How'd that happen? Come on, bro. Get your links in order, sir.
No, this
Jason,
is all.
sir.
This is all in a video.
Yeah, there's a little nuke right there. Look at this model. It's a model. It's a model.
That was the footage that was shown to people. All right,
flat earthers like Mark Sargent, he's got to fight for the nuke hoax. He believes in the nukes, Mark. Like, he thinks this is real footage. This was made in a Hollywood studio. All of it was made in Hollywood. All this. That was a model.
Yeah,
hilarious.
The trees are coming up. This is...
The tree one's funny, too. Look at this one. Who's filming this?
Yeah, so the guy that does the commentary on this, it sounds like a younger guy, and he's a little vulgar. But there's so many things that you can point out in footage like this that... like where the camera would be set up and how it's absolutely unaffected by it. He shows angles where the blast is, you know, the camera's in between the thing being destroyed and the blast, yet the camera's absolutely unfazed. And the thing is, they only have one camera view of any of this stuff. So it's not like they had hundreds of cameras set up and they had footage survive from one and these others, you know, destroyed. So you can tell that this is all fabricated. Right? All of this. That's not a real explosion. This is a composite of like a sunrise. And this is how they psyop the world into believing. And then, so these videos go through the debunks of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Being blown up and actually shows how they were firebombed. But this is
firebombed.
This is the quality of the footage that we get to these events. It's not any better than that. Here's a house that's going to get wiped out. You think this is real? The camera wasn't disturbed at all. So there's a video like that that's under 14 minutes. There's another video here. So Eric DeBay, actually, he did a good job as far as letting people know that nukes are a hoax.
Yeah, he was on the nuke hoax side, yeah.
He was on.
He had to. He gets some truth. He gets some truth right.
Yeah, so you'll find...
I could create a better realm, right, than the creator.
like in this documentary, here's a 3-hour, 5-minute thing. It's got all the Galen Windsor stuff. It's got all that footage that we were just looking at and a whole lot more. This is...
So much more.
This is a big package right here that if you want to sit down and go through it more in detail and see what a psyop it was, it's all explained in a documentary like this. Nuclear Hoax, Nukes Go Poof documentary. It's got the Eric DeBay section in it. Most people that are truthers have probably heard this already.
Two superimposed explosions, one on top of each other. There's two smoke plumes made to look like that.
So he did a good job with it, and other people have added to it. And there were other nuke hoax channels out before Eric. He wasn't the first. He didn't figure this out on his own. But the sooner people learn...
Learn of the Jesuit Order was the first.
Okay. Yeah, the sooner people figure out that this is a psyop, the better off they're going to be.
So it takes away fear, okay? So, I'll tell you guys, in 2014, A guy came up in the We'll Do It Live chat. His name was Learner of the Jesuit Order. And he was saying, nukes are a hoax. And we were all like, yo, you're crazy, bro. What are you in here spamming this nonsense for? And he's like, oh, check these videos out. And he had a bunch of videos where he literally shredded all this nonsense to bits. And he was kicked offline. He's gone. The FBI showed up at his door. I mean, he did a video saying that. I don't know if it's true. But I mean, he brought out Galen Windsor. He showed everything. So this guy here, is this where he eats the uranium?
Somewhere in here. There's it's a big section, but yeah.
He got it rubbed on his hand, and he gets with the Geiger meter.
I think he talks about swimming in the cooling pool.
The cool-off pools, right?
Yeah.
Come on, guys. They did this to fear you. He was like, they told him, you can't be in here, man. He's like, what do you mean? When the rod falls off the table, we just go over and pick it up and put it back. And they were like, oh, that's against the regulations. He was like, what? It never bothered me ever. I built this place. They're like, sorry, sir, you got to have a hazmat suit on in here to work. Like they fired him, right? So he goes around warning people. So I'll tell you, excuse me, what Galen Windsor is. So the Illuminati, the Satanists, whatever you want to call them, they literally tell you everything. They send him out here and he tells you, right? And then when you still have the fear, they go, well, we told you, you were too stupid to see it. They feel like they're justified, but yet they have a, quadrillion infinite amount of money behind them with propaganda from cradle to grave. They've completely brainwashed the people, sedated them with all the different things that they put in our food and water and in the skies and in our faces and media. So it's not fair that they say that, because if it was a fair playground, I wasn't censored, Jason wasn't censored, I guarantee you that Team Satan would be destroyed. They would be ruined in less than a day. So I know that Galen Windsor was they rolled him out to, what do they call it? The Hegelian? No, not the Hegelian dialectic. The externalization of the hierarchy. They come right out and they tell you the truth, that it's not toxic. They don't have nuclear fission bombs. It's all a hoax, guys. They made it up. Oppenheimer was a hoax. They say, oh, we become destroyers of worlds. They didn't become destroyers of anything. They became a destroyer of your mind.
So I just want to point out one more thing, and then we'll switch over to you. But so here's a thread on Godlike Productions. Zelensky's movie predicted fall of Ukraine. Map shown cut to pieces, 28 countries. So I just came across this today, and so we understand that Zelensky is an actor. He was in a movie, and in this movie, in this scene, there's this whole scene that has Ukraine split into 28 different regions. And apparently, so I've been looking around for it. This scene I can't find with the English subtitles yet, but it says, other politician says after the tension and explosion, Ukraine divided into tiny pieces. So apparently that's what's said in the movie here. So there is this push for something nuclear, and so we just want everybody to realize that it's going to be a side. Now there might be a big explosion. We saw one in Beirut.
Oh yeah, it wasn't got hydrogen bombs.
Yeah, it wasn't a nuclear explosion, but it sure did do some devastation.
Yeah, it was a big boom.
And it
could have been all CGI too. I don't know, bro, but it looked real.
Yeah, it did.
It did.
So, are you ready to screen share? Should I?
Well, What I was thinking was that it's probably a good time to shout it all out. We could probably, have another music break, because we don't just want to bring you the truth here. We want to have timestamps for new music. Okay, that's what we do here. We search the realm tirelessly. Shout out to the team going through thousands of units of music. And I happen to like synthwave. So this track here, I believe it's Shout. It's a remix of the track Shout.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking forward to getting into that.
All right, so we'll come back to you on as we come out.
Talking to
And we are back. Who liked that song?
Ooh, throwback to the 80s, right?
Oh, yeah. That, I remember the song Shout, and it was a good song, but I actually like this remix better.
Yeah, it might be a better one, man. Sometimes the remixes are better, right? That's, again, I'm going to continue pointing out, we care a lot about the music. You guys need to know that in the kingdom, it's going to be a lot of music. So am I presented?
You are.
Let's shout it out. These are the things, a lot of them that we sure can do without. Let's get into this. This one here says the leftist guide to an online debate. Ready, Jay? State your opinion and insist it's a fact. That's one. Number two, if someone disagrees, call them a racist. You're just racist, right? Number three, if they still disagree, call them a bigot. You're a bigot. Number four, if they still disagree, classify it as hate speech. And now you've won the debate. What can you say about this?
Yeah, hate speech. That everything that we do now is classified as hate speech. Yet we're not hating on anybody. All we're doing is talking about things that are true or fake, a lie, a hoax, a psyop. And so yeah, calling the fakes, the hoaxes, the psyops out is now labeled hate speech, and it's ridiculous. So I don't know, I wear that hate speech as a badge of honor now, because everybody with common sense that listens to the things that we say understands that it's not coming from a hateful place, but it is anti lies and deception.
Sorry, the chat just went full screen. Sorry about that. Yes, all your points are true. Again, being labeled a racist, being labeled white, right? Being labeled a bigot. Oh, you're just a bigot. You're just, you get too much testosterone or something, right? And then all they do is, to end the debate, they just say, oh, that's hate speech, right? They take it down, right? Like I had said before, if I put a meme on the screen and there's like 50 Samoans in the meme, you guys are going to be like, wow, it's a lot of Samoans in the meme. If I put a meme on the screen and show you everybody behind the cerveza, right? They all be wearing tiny hats. Like, why is that hate speech? It's true. It's true. But this is how they do their debates and tactics. Here, get you one of these memes. Look at this one, Jay. They control. Why? Because people obey. Right? So I want you guys to understand why all the apostles and Christ, right? And most of the prophets were killed because they didn't obey. Right? They didn't just follow along. What do you have to say about this one?
Yeah, so the obeying thing, it's a tough one. We do everything that we can to be as disobedient as we possibly can within the confines of the law. Now, the law has become absolutely unjust, not righteous, not fair, anti-constitutional across the board. So it puts us in a unique situation where we're always evaluating the things that we have to obey as opposed to the things that we can resist on. So we just look for as many of the things that we can resist on as possible, without ending up incarcerated, right?
Yeah, exactly. But we don't have to obey anything that's not righteous. We're supposed to die for those fighting against
the Constitution made taxes illegal, so
yeah, the Constitution had a lot of righteousness in it.
It did.
Right? I would give my life for that declaration or document, right? I would, in a heartbeat. Here we go, bro. Are you ready? I guess you haven't seen this one. Hey, I want to buy them Ukrainian windows. Want to know why? I would like to place an order for these high quality, super tough windows from the Ukraine that remained intact and unmarked after that explosion of a Russian bomb that turned all these cars over. Please throw in also some of that render as a house that remained undamaged and clean after the explosion. They want the stucco too.
Yeah.
Right? So not only do they want these windows, we want to order them right now. These are bomb proof. This is the most bomb-proof construction ever created. What do you think of this one?
That is a Pella or Anderson window commercial right there. That
Imagine this commercial, bro. We stand up to bombs that flip cars. Never be worried again that your kids would be hurt from their bombs if you have this type of stucco window. Watch you out for your cars, though. Let's keep going here. This one's serious, though. This one says, forgive. Forgive anyone who has caused you pain or harm. Keep in mind, forgiveness is not for others. It's for you. Forgiving is not forgetting. It is remembering without anger. Letting go of the ego. It frees up your power. It heals your own body, mind, and spirit. It says here, forgiveness opens up a pathway to a new place of peace where you can persist despite whatever happened to you. And, a lot of us have, this is a cruel place. It's a cruel, cruel world. It really is. And I just want to reach out to anybody that's had anything that's been unjust to you. And I just want you guys to know that you can just forgive that other person. That doesn't mean you forget. Never forget. Right. But you can let go of the pain and attachment to it. Jason, what do you say to this one?
Yeah, it's a great message, because I know a lot of people that they have the question when being truly mistreated by people. So you forgive them, but does that mean that you have to hang out with them and associate with them? And now they're invited over for this and that again. No. So the meme here really helps with that. The forgiving is to letting go of it, where the anger is gone now. You're not consumed with anger over this thing. By forgiving it, you've made peace with the situation. It doesn't mean that you forget what happened. So still common sense prevails. You can still remove and isolate things that troll you. You can.
Yeah, this is healing. This is healing. So your spiritual body is connected to your physical one. So you heal them both at the same time. This next one's interesting. This one says, whoever you are, whatever company or institution you may work for, now is the time to release and leak every piece of info you can on the people who have committed all these crimes. Have no fear. These will gain you heavenly riches. Right? Spread the truth. Show what you have. Come out from hiding. If you've done this work, you've put your family first, you've done what you had to do to feed your family, and you've committed these crimes, you could be forgiven if you just expose them. Come out. Even if you have to give your life, I promise I will stand there with you and give mine too. I would love to go out here standing with someone who gave their life fighting for truth. There's nothing better. What say you, Jay?
Yeah, absolutely. So at some level, this is going to take place. There's the CEO boardroom level scandals that sure, everybody that's in that boardroom knows of tons and tons of scandals across the board of everybody in that corporation, the things that they're doing illegally, the things that they're doing that are morally corrupt, stuff like that. There's the people at every level. I think about all the people connected to the secret societies, like the Masons, the Jesuits, all these kinds of stuff. At some point, these people are going to wake up and realize that the team that they're playing for loses, right? And they burn in hell for eternity. So at some point, there has to be a defection of at least some that realize that, hey, this is not going the way I want it to go. I don't want to burn in hell forever. And so like you're saying there, these people actually need to come clean and expose the evil and the wicked that's been taking place. And I do think that as it starts off, as there's the people that are the most fearless and just get initiated down this road. Initiated is probably the wrong word. Just they embark down this road where they start coming clean. It could create a snowball effect where more and more people would then have the strength to come forward. And we know from the scriptures that at a certain point, all of a sudden, Babylon the Great just falls in a day. So there's a massive flip. So I see from the scriptures a vision of a mass revolt within the secret societies, the New World Order, where all of a sudden there's a huge flip where all these peons that realize now, okay, it was true what Albert Pike said, was it the Blue Lodge or whatever, the first 3 degrees are just to be used as pawns, as puppets, they're cannon fodder. So I do think that there is going to be that group that wakes up to that. I don't know if you're there still.
Sorry about that. I lost me my glasses doing a flip on 2 accounts in the chat. I was letting you do some talking. I've done so much talking. You know, let's keep going here. Hope you guys are having fun. This one's nice here. I actually have this scripture up, right? Am I able to show that? I am able to do that. So it says here, you are always on Yahawah's mind. How precious your thoughts about me, oh Yahawaha. So I want to read Psalm 139 real quick. It says, you have searched me, O Lord, and you know me. You know when I sit and when I rise. You perceive my thoughts from afar. You discern my going out and my laying down. You are familiar with all my ways. Before a word is in my mouth, you, O Lord, know it completely. You hemmed me in behind before, and you lay your hand upon me. Such knowledge is too wonderful for me, too lofty for me to ever attain. Where can I go from your spirit? Where can I flee from your presence? If I go up to the highest of the heavens, you will be there. If I make my bed in the deepest of the depths, you will still be there. If I rise on the wings of the dawn, and if I settle on the far side of the furthest sea, even there your hand will guide me. Your right hand will hold me fast. And if I say, surely the darkness will hide me, and the light becomes night around me, yet even the darkness will not be dark to you. The night will shine like the day, for darkness is as light to you. For you created my innermost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb. And I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. And I know that full well my frame was not hidden before you when I was made in the secret place. And when I was woven together in the depths of the earth, your eyes saw my unformed body. All the days ordained for me were written in your books before one of them even came to be. And how precious to me are your thoughts, O Yahawaha. How vast is the sum of them. Were I to count them, they would outnumber all the grains of the sand of the sea. When I awake, I am still with you. If only you, Yahawaha, would slay the wicked. Away from me, you who are bloodthirsty. They speak of you with evil intent. Your adversaries misuse your name. Do I not hate those who hate you, O Lord, and abhor those who are in rebellion against you? I have nothing but hatred for them, and I count them as mine enemies. And search me, O Yahawaha, and know mine heart, and test me and know my anxious thoughts. See if there is any offensive way in me, and lead me in the way of everlasting life. Isn't that beautiful what David wrote? That's crazy.
Yeah.
One part here, the night will shine like the day, for darkness is as light to you. Oh, David, King. In the list of genealogies, brother, you know, there's only one. It's crazy that it's not King Christ, King Yahawahashai, or Joshua, the first one too. He could have been the king too. He delivered the people from the promised land. The name was Joshua, son of Nun, but it was King David. He gets the king beside his name. Can you guys see why? This guy was a poet, and he killed Goliath. He slayed the giant. So go ahead, bro. I just wanted to read that.
No, it's great. I just want to point out that near the end there, David talks about how he hates the wicked and the enemies of the Father. And so I just want to point out that this is in the canon. And so this is Old Testament. We know that Christ told us to, to forgive and love our enemies. But David wasn't admonished. He wasn't chastised for saying that he hates those that hate the Father. Right? There was nothing wrong with saying that. And I mean, he doubles down. He says, I have nothing but hatred for them. I count them my enemies because they are the enemies of the Father. So there is a hating of the wicked that's absolutely decent and acceptable. It's yes, we're still to forgive the enemies, to let things go. This is
I'm about peace.
Yeah,
okay? I'm a peacemaker first. My hands are open wide. I don't want to fight.
It's the Christ-like path. But to still abhor wickedness and abhor the enemies of the Father, there's nothing unbiblical about that. In fact, it's encouraged.
He was called King David for a reason.
Yeah.
Let's go. We got so much. We're barely even through an eighth of it. Oh, man. This one here says, that moment the Flintstones taught your children about Freemasonry. Look at this. Were you allowed to watch the Flintstones?
I watched the Flintstones growing up.
You were allowed in the Jehovah's Witness, the most censored culture out there. Did you remember the Water Buffalo Lodge that Fred was the grand poobah of?
I remembered all this. I remember when I learned about the flat Earth. That's when I learned about the Freemasons, and it was probably somebody like RV that pointed this out. But yeah, all of a sudden I was like, oh man, the light went on.
More of this.
Yeah.
There's more of this to come. Let's keep going here. This one says, John 7:23, the Sabbath day, judge not according to appearance. So, we could get onto all this. The word Saturday is like a pagan word, whatever. So, this is good. We just want people to understand the word Easter and the celebration that they do is a pagan thing, right? I just want to point that out real quick. We're not going to stay on this one too long. This one's better than I want to get your opinion on. It says the illusion of choice. Out of approximately 9,000 radio stations, 2,400 publishers, 1,500 TV stations, 1,500 newspapers, and 1,100 magazines, almost all of them are owned by only 5 corporations: Comcast, Walt Disney, AT&T, National, Amusements, and News Corp. That's only a couple hundred executives and 15 billionaires who control 90% of what 328 million Americans see, hear, and read on a daily basis. What do you think about this one? And guess who these are all owned by? I think pretty much.
BlackRock.
Yes, you nailed it. You got it, bro. Let's hear what you got to say about this one.
Yeah, we've all seen the clips of all the local TV stations repeating the exact same lines, the exact same scripts, just different people in the seats for their local viewers. This has been well known by the enemy Satan from all along, that controlling the media, the dissemination of information, he always felt that this was going to be his success. Right? This is how he would do it. So they do own all the media. They do have control over all the outlets. But because the internet, because of the nature of it, it was this technology upgrade posed a whole bunch of dangers for the New World Order, because it also allowed the independent researcher access to information that they never could get their hands on before. So before the internet, you would have been limited to what you could get from the public library. And that would basically be it. You could order some books and stuff like that, but there's no way that you could have actually gotten through the information that you've gotten through without the use of the internet. So they brought it into place, and a few people had the opportunity to use it for truth research, and now they've got it to a position where they're astroturfing everything. You're not going to find a result anymore that goes against their narrative. And so we do see that the intervention of Yahawah, the Great Tribulation, the destruction of the New World Order, happens right as they're getting to that position where they're assuming that full and total control. So we're getting to the point where you're going to have to be biometrically tagged. You're going to have to use their
that computer number,
CBDC, a digital money.
Yep.
And Yeah, so it's the New World Order is the one world currency.
Was it SEG? The Social Environmental Governance. You don't want to leave that one out.
The one world religion, the one world, all these things. And they're looking to assume absolute and full total control over each individual person. And they are in control of the world from the standpoint right now that they do have all these media outlets and they do censor us and they feel like this is going to work for them. But we understand that scripturally, this all gets changed and turned and flipped. Yep. Gross companies, yeah. Disney.
They flipped. Disney. Sorry, I was just doing a flip in the chat. Let's go on to the next one. Good job. No, I left you hanging too long. I'm sorry. I was double multitasking, double channeling. Sorry, that didn't sound right. I don't agree with any Illuminati satanic channeling or anything like that. You get in contact with the force, which is we call the Holy Spirit. It says here, she doesn't know it's a statue. She just wants to help. This is beautiful. This one here made me like, I was so emotional when I saw this. It's beautiful. She wants to help them. This is the true nature of what's beautiful. Come on.
The heart of a child. The heart of a child is amazing.
It's beautiful, right? I do like that one. Let's keep going. We got a lot to get through. It says here, you ever listen to that guy in the White House for a minute and thought, hey, this cornbread ain't quite done in the middle. What do you think?
The kids are cute with their hands in the pockets and the bib overalls.
Your redneck nation, right? It's probably Texas. Okay. So, and the look on his face, this kid
laying it to him straight, right? You should be.
Yeah. You ever think to yourself, his comrade ain't done in the middle? I find that hilarious, right? Biden is an actor. Don't you be fooled. He's an actor, Jason, right?
Absolutely.
He's pretending to be retarded. Let's keep going here. Owned by BlackRock. We were just
here they come. Here they come.
The chat. Get it. They own everything. Pfizer, Merck. They own everything. AstraZeneca, Raytheon, Honeywell, Fox, CNN. They own the Maple Leafs. Come on, bro. They own the hockey team. BlackRock said we own it.
The Green Bay Packers.
You're gonna love. Yeah, they own it all, bro.
Microsoft, Uber, Time Warner Cable.
Netflix might come up again. We got to do like a rapid fire here. Look at this one. Boom. Have you ever wondered why the police have a checkerboard on the uniform? Is this one rhetorical?
I guess so. The only question is why
says boom.
Why the firemen don't. That's my only question.
They probably do too. You just haven't seen that outfit. Boom. I'm also black sometimes. Blackface Trudeau. It's okay for him to do it, right? No comment? You didn't even laugh?
That is the politician kissing the baby right there, right?
That was cold, bro. You were cold.
No, I was muted.
And the chat. Did it catch up? Okay, let's keep going here. Some rapid fire here. This one says, teach boys to be men before their teachers teach them to be women. Who taught you how to swing an axe, Jason?
I grew up with a sledgehammer. My dad was a cement contractor, so I was breaking up patios, driveways, and sidewalks probably by the time I was 12. So if you try to break up concrete for a while, you will get a good swing.
Oh yeah.
And all of a sudden splitting logs won't be a challenge.
So I mean, if you teach your boys to be men, how to cut the grass. I remember my dad, he'd like punch me in the arm. I'd start crying. He'd be like, go cut the grass. I'd be out there cutting the grass, crying. I mean, I love my dad. He taught me a lot. He taught me how to change tires and do oil changes and brake jobs. I'd be like, I felt like I was the coolest guy ever. You know what I mean? Just like, yo, come on, man. Let's do your brakes. I'll hook you up. Help everybody out.
Well, you got to remember that. So I was super tall. I mean, at 12 years old, I was 6 foot. And so on the job site, my dad had guys working for him. And we would, if, a patio was in the backyard or something like that, we would have to wheel it in by wheelbarrow.
Yeah, it's hard work.
And so the wheeling it in to get the concrete into the pour, we had a metal fabricated ramp that we would set over the form, and you had to run it up and over this ramp to get into the slab. And then there was the wire mesh inside the slab that you didn't want to hook the wheelbarrow on, otherwise you'd dump it. And the rule was that if you spilled a wheelbarrow of concrete, it was a 12-pack.
Yeah, 12-pack always. I think you can't 2-4. Yeah.
And I was 12 at the time, and they said that the rules applied to me as well. So I didn't get to drink it, but if I spilled it, I still had to buy it. So
did you?
Yeah, it was the rule. So yeah,
I dumped a few. Come on, I'm not too proud. Oh, better not say that word. Jerry's gonna come after me. Never ever forget. 95% of the population actually thought this effing Tesla was flying around in space. Let's go. Jason, look at this one.
Yeah, who remembers the Tesla in space? Does anybody remember that?
What did he say? It looks so real, it must be fake?
Yeah.
It looks so fake, it must be real.
There's the studio it was filmed in.
Yeah, this was a good one. Let's keep going. Putin inauguration in the year 2000 under what? The all-seeing Masonic eye. For all you son of a coming around me telling Putin, man, good. He's a white hat, building churches up and fighting kick the Rothschilds out, went around, right? Even though the fact checker will be like, here you go. No, the Rothschilds are still all over Russia. It says here, the Masonic all-seeing eye, his oath of office was 33 words in length too. Look at this. Oh. Here you go, Putin.
Yeah, so it's not just the all-seeing eye. That's also the Jesuit rays of light. The
1,000 rays of light.
1,000 rays of light. So it's got a whole bunch. The double-headed eagle thing, that's all over all these guys right now. It's on the flags. It's on pins on everybody's jackets.
It's in Ukraine. It's in Russia. The United States got these headed bird things, right? It's the eagle, isn't it, or whatever?
Wasn't that the logo for RV for a long time?
Maybe. Nah, I think he was always that fake wrestler guy, a Roddy Piper. Let's keep going here. We got lots. Oh, that was a double. It's good. So we'll get into this, and then we'll probably maybe do another music break. We got 2 more songs, so don't leave. The end song is really chills, too. Both these next ones are more chills, but we just got them like a few hours ago. This one says Elon Musk secures financing of $46.5 billion to complete what? They're saying he bought it with cash. What? He got $47 almost $1,000 in cash.
Billion.
Come on, bro. What, like a bunch of dump trucks full?
He's just going to fill up a bunch of Tesla 3s or whatever they are.
Is it Bitcoin? Where did he get? Oh, it's cash. It's cash. Given the lack of responsibility by Twitter, the reporting person is exploring whether to commence a tender offer to acquire all of the outstanding shares of common stock. So, he's buying it because he wants to make it uncensored, right? He's going to bring Trump back.
Yeah.
He's a freedom fighter that literally works for NASA. Right, they'd fly up in space with him. But here's the truth of it. Okay, remember, I don't know why it's so dark. It says Elon Musk is helping build a surveillance state around us and has a major role in the technocrat takeover, while also tweeting about freedom. You guys see the contradiction here? I do. And the masses are eating it up. The sheeple. This is what we call controlled opposition and what? Cognitive dissonance. If anybody out there thinks this guy Elon Musk cares about you, he's fighting for freedom, you're absolutely suffering from cognitive dissonance and super high mind control, Jason.
Delusion. Straight up delusion. Yeah, there's no way to justify it. You're deluded if you think that he's fighting for freedom.
They think they're going to live forever through plugging their brains into a computer, guys. There's a serious sick agenda here. Some people have proposed that this guy's the Antichrist.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of a case for it, but
I believe Daniel says that he maketh things fly up above the earth and great wonders, and he's trying to heal people, make them get their hearing, make the lame walk, the paralyzed walk, the deaf hear, the blind see. That's what he's touting, right? With his technology. That's what he's
touting, yeah.
So, I mean, we could probably do another song break. This is our last interlude before our outro, right? We got 2 more. So yeah, why don't we go into it? We'll get as far as we get. See how it goes, man. This is a good new tune as well. Nice and easy going. Some synthwave.
Here we go. And we are back.
What a track, right?
Yeah, it was a great chill song. Great music tonight.
Yeah. So am I got the tabs presented now? Because we're no way we're gonna be able to get through all these memes.
Yeah, you got the tabs.
We got way too much. We had way too much content. So I hope I got sound shared. So here we go. We got the king of the Jabola. We got the king right here. We had that in the roller, right? We had the king in the roller. So check this out.
Greatest achievements was getting the vaccine done in 9 months instead of 5.5 to
9 months, right?
12 years. But the problem is, we saved tens of millions of lives all over the world, but I can't talk about it because our beautiful base, of which some of you are there.
All the people like edwillknow.com and we know or whatever, they're going to be like, don't talk about the Jabolas, Trump. We're not going to get our donations.
You get angry when we mention the word vaccine. Don't get angry. We did it in 9 months, less than 9 months, right?
9 months, right? Look at this.
Right? Less than 9 months.
The father.
And frankly, a lot of people are living today because of that. So I'll talk about it. I think the other side actually poisoned people on it because they want to try and take credit. Remember when Biden said, he didn't come up with a vaccine except he got a shot 2 months before he said that.
Hey, sir, you took his poison, right?
They said, sir, you've already been given even his own side stopped him on that one. But we did a great job on that, and it's very important, and I'm very proud of it. Think of it, 9 months. We pushed the FDA. They hate me so much.
Pushed the FDA.
They hate me. They cannot hate anybody as much as they hate me.
They hate Trump.
But we had to get him to move, and we did.
Everything he says is opposites. Remember that? Wasn't there like a TV show where everything was? It was like The Simpsons did it. They had an opposites episode. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. Maybe someone will find a meme for that next week. But here it is, bro. What do you think?
Yeah. So you mentioned Elon and whether or not he could possibly be the AC, but everything just reeks and screams that Trump would be that AC. So
King Cobra.
Yeah, so we're in we have the prophecy of the sixth king being the eighth king, with the seventh having a short time in between. And so we're in a partial term of Biden right now. So Trump fits the bill across the board, and he's the snake. He's the father of the vax. He's the tiny hat wearing on the
9 months
on the temple coin guy.
Yep. The Cyrus on one side, right? Mm-hmm. He's on the Cyrus. It's true. I don't know. Maybe we'll have to go live again tomorrow and finish this memes of the week. We'll have to discuss this. Look at this. Elon Musk will do for Twitter what he has done for Tesla and SpaceX. Fake it. You get the Muppets making it into the podcast. Here we go. Let's go. Come on, guys. Let's keep going here. This one says during World War II, basically everybody that ran the world wars and the PSYOPs was the Military Order of Malta. And guess where that leads to? They studied and worshipped Saturn, the symbol for Khazaria and Humanism. I won't stay too long on that one. This is that bill,
so
man.
Malta, that's Knights of Malta, right?
I had it wrong. Yes, you called it out. The IPS, one of them guys or something. AB 2223. I think I said 223. So anyone that heard me in the beginning of the podcast, let me be corrected. It says, wow, this is just horrific. This isn't funny, actually. Now you can do this to your 28 days after. They're saying we need people to see if this is real, but we can't stay too long on that. We're gonna take it down. This one's really beautiful. We got time? Yeah, I guess we got time. Let's play this one.
Is the Hebrew word ish, which means man, husband. This is the Hebrew word Isha, which means woman, wife. Now you can see that men and women are a lot alike, but that we are also distinctly different. But what's interesting is what makes us distinctly different. These two letters spell the word God. in Hebrew, the short form.
It's YHWH.
Because the Bible says that God made us in his image and likeness, and when he created us male and female. And in a marriage relationship between a man and a woman, there is no stronger bond than when God is present. But what if I told you
that's the 3-strand cord?
If you are to remove God from that relationship, these 2 letters spell a Hebrew word.
There we go.
Hold on, no, I lost it.
Which is...
There we go.
Fire.
Sorry about that, everybody. Fire. Don't take spirit out of the mix.
See,
don't. Source.
In Hebrew, when something is doubled, it's
Here we
the
go.
ultimate. And
Ultimate.
when we take God
Don't want
out
to do
of the
that.
marriage relationship, it is the ultimate destruction.
Don't want to do that. That's a great video, right? I really like that one.
I like it. Hebrew is amazing.
Yeah, the pictographic language, they've kind of tweaked it a bit. Let's see here, because we're hard on time. Biden makes deal with Ghost in historic Ghost gun compromise. Have you seen that?
I have not.
He's just acting like a hit. Like, come on, people. As Tony Fauci says that the CDC should be above the federal courts. I'm just going to rapid fire these ones. Obama, despite the fact that we have now essentially, okay, you know what? Let's play this one. Well, that's fine. We're not going to get through it all. It sucks. What are we going to do?
Essentially clinical. And yet, despite the fact that we've now essentially clinically tested the vaccine on billions of people worldwide, around 1 in 5 Americans is still willing to put themselves at risk and put their families at risk rather than get vaccinated.
Don't do it.
People are dying because of misinformation.
Wow.
And yet, despite the fact that we've now essentially clinically tested the vaccine on billions of
You hear
people.
that dupe in the light? Do I have to go back? Oh, it doesn't go back like that. You hear the dupe in the light, Jay?
Yeah, tested on billions of people.
He can't fight back the smile. Look,
Billions of people worldwide.
billions. Look at the smile on this guy's face.
Tested.
Look at the smile.
Around 1 in 5 Americans is still willing to put themselves at risk and put their families at risk rather than get vaccinated. People are dying because of misinformation.
He can say he can say that with truth.
He's biting his lips.
Yeah, he can say it with conviction.
I don't want to smile, but he can't fight it too long.
And
Oh,
yet-
they had a cut there.
Despite the fact that we've now essentially clinically
Shrugs.
tested the vaccine on
Hear the laugh right there.
billions of people worldwide. Around 1 in 5 Americans is still willing to put themselves at risk and put their families at risk rather than get vaccinated. People are dying because of misinformation.
That's true.
And yet, despite the fact that we've now essentially clinically
Listen to this.
tested the vaccine
I couldn't even hold the laugh back.
on billions of people worldwide.
People.
Around 1 in 5 Americans is still willing to put themselves at risk and put their families at risk rather than get vaccinated.
He's a terrible public speaker. He can't even read his
People are
lines
dying
well.
because of misinformation.
They are dying. He's just repeating himself too. Same talking points.
And yet, despite the fact that we've now essentially
Say flat Earth. He used to say flat Earth. Come on.
clinically tested the vaccine on
Oh, it's just repeating.
Yeah, it is.
So, one thing I will quickly want to point out, he's also a candidate in a lot of people's books for an antichrist. So we've pretty much shown you a bunch of the different possibilities.
Yeah, if we toss in the Pope, Macron, Trudeau, and William of the royal family. I think we've covered basically all the nominees for this position.
This one here says the Jesuits specialize in militarized infiltration and have founded and run what? The CIA and the DoD, Department of Defense, and numerous directors and secretaries of defense. The Jesuits' headquarters of Wushu Church, Farnesivs, or Farnes, I can't even read these words, engraved on the top of their church. So again, we want to call out not just the people that wear tiny hats that think they're the GCL. We also want to call out these people too, right?
Yeah,
Jason, what say you?
Well, the CIA. So there's a good chance that a whole bunch of the people that we've had back and forth with are actual CIA members. People that would be high candidates for this list would be the David Weisses, the people that were military. So Rob Skiba, Adam Fink, Justin Best, Dean Odell, all these like supposedly former military people that are supposed to be active in the truther community. They're not former military people. Right, so they're agents. So I don't know if they're Space Force. I don't know if they're this Air Force or right, but they're one of the military branches, and they're active. Like these people are not off the payroll. They're on the payroll.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well said. Capitalism. Capitalism is the extraordinary belief that the nastiest of men, for the nastiest of reasons, will somehow work for the benefit of us all. So that's what capitalism turns into. You got guys like High Impact Flicks, right, Jason? You know what I'm talking about. What do you think of capitalism?
Free market, right? Free market. So you're supposed to be able to, everybody is supposed to be unregulated, and it's the most fit survive, strongest survive. It's
Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah, it's Wolf of Wall Street. It's whoever is the most cutthroat and hits the deal the first is going to be the winner. This profit first mentality, what it does is it creates the losers in society. So the winners steal the assets from the losers, and so every one of the types of government that they have, the communism, socialism, capitalism, every one of these, the money will always filter to a select group of people, and then they rule over everybody and try to keep their position, their power.
True.
So every one of them is a losing proposition. One might sound more ideal than the other, but every one of them will take you to the same place.
Which is destruction. Right? Righteous kingdom with a king, a high priest, and then an administration of other righteous people that are all held accountable and actually care about righteousness. But let's go quick here. A democracy where 1% have more wealth and freedom than the 99% is really just a clever dictatorship that promotes enough ignorance and propaganda to convince the uneducated masses that they're free. Quick answer.
Well, and we have the people that actually preach technocracy. So we
rapid fire, bro.
We covered the 5 groups that are in control of the media. This technocracy is... So a technocracy is the corporations leading through technology, right? That's how they've amassed the 1% against the 99%.
Yes, exactly. We're going to go quick here. This one says, I am Donald Trump and I am the Corona King. You saw that one. This one says, whataboutism, a propaganda tactic used by the Soviet Union to discredit critics. When a criticism was posed, they would simply respond with, what about? Followed by an event that happened in the West. Let's keep going here, West against East. This guy here, Yuval Noah Harari, is saying that you no longer have a soul or a spirit or free will. I mean, I got to keep going here quick. Drug culture, the CIA basically uses the Tavistock, mind control, and drugs to sway public opinion. They use social influencers now. This is just another satanic puppet. Don't you be fooled. Here we go. Socialism. Jason. An ism. Go ahead.
Yeah, so you've got the two options: work hard and keep half, or no work, free stuff. So the left, the liberals, the progressives, whatever you want to call them, they are all for the government handout and you don't have to work. They literally want to be on the universal basic income. They don't want to have to do anything. They want to be able to watch TV and play video games and be paid to do it. Right? It doesn't work. If you don't have productive people,
you have to have a reward-based society.
The whole thing collapses because without any incentive to go to work, nothing gets done, and then all of a sudden there's no food and there's no materials for homes, and the New World depopulation agenda comes true, right?
Get you the protocols of Zion. Let's go quick here. Boom. This one here says we are not in space. They're not, right? This one here is good. It says the coming what? Kingdom. Yes, this little one be the New World Order. I gotta go quick. This one says the more you know about the world, the dumber you sound to people who only care about themselves. It's absolutely true. People wonder why Netflix is failing. One of their main new shows is He's Expecting. That's just retarded. Here, guess what, though? It continues. It gets better. The Netflix founder is actually Mark Bernays. Bernays, you know who that is? The grandnephew of Edward Bernays, the creator of the modern propaganda, and himself the nephew of who? Sigmund Freud. Get you all over Netflix, mind control. I have been mind controlled by them too. But yeah, okay, let me go quick here. Agenda 2030. All of what we currently see happening in the world is a part of a much larger plan called Agenda 21. Agenda 2030 is a vision as well linked together with 2050. Through a combined and orchestrated effort, the United Nations, World Economic Forum, Davos Group, Bilderberg Group, Central Banking Cartel, and many other globalist organizations are attempting to control everyone and everything in the world and install a technocratic one world government. The end game will be every single person on the plane being chipped and packed into high-tech, quote, smart cities, end quote, where we all monitored and surveilled on a 24/7 basis, which we probably are now. Among other objectives, the globalists want to completely ban things like private property and organic farming, and even abolishing national identity and patriotism. Right? That is already dead. They've killed it. They've killed a bunch of these things. This is key. We've been talking about this for a while.
Well, nationalism and patriotism are both isms that are not going to take people to the kingdom, right? So it's not the worst loss to lose nationalism and patriotism. We can deal without.
Yeah, cross all this out. Righteousness. Simple. Everyone be righteous. Let's keep going here. The Roman Empire created all the Masonic orders, right? Zion, Knights Templar, Knights of Malta, Knights of Carter, all this Rosicrucian order, Jesuit order, Zionism shows up into the mix. And then they get down here and they say Zionism is really Nimrodism. We got these isms, more isms, and we can go one step further and say Cananism.
I just want to point out that it says Roman Empire created all the Masonic orders. You could replace Roman Empire with the Vatican, and you would understand it a little bit better, because the Knights of Templar, Malta, Garter, Rosicrucian Order, Jesuits, all that came from the Vatican. Freemasons.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And some say that the Vatican and the Freemasons were created by the Kabbalists, right? As well as the Muslim faith. But let's keep going here. This one says Putin inauguration. Under the all-seeing eye. I think we already went over that one. Masonic youth. Everybody keep your kids away from these. Training teens in a cult.
We went through that one too.
No, we never touched on this one. On the surface, these youth organizations seem harmless, but they are candy-coated versions of all Freemasonry's ungodly doctrines, oaths, and rituals. Even more, they build up the egos of these kids, right, through impressive titles like, hey, you're a senior princess now, or a worthy advisor, or an honored queen, to protect your sons and daughters protect your kids from these cults. Jason, what say you on this one?
Yeah, so they sit there and they look like they're honorable. I don't know what goes on behind the closed doors. I don't know how many of these people know that they're witches, how many know that they're Satanists, but they are grooming organizations. The ones that do lean towards that will will be raised up within these organizations to groom others.
Yes, a lot of sick, heavy mind control taking place. Let's go quick here. Important notifications. I just wanted to document this on the 18th. They're not in order, but yeah, they took my morning show down for no reason. They said it was hate speech. And the other one, they put a banner. You have to click, I accept that I'll watch this. Like it's hate speech or something. Here was Facebook. They'd be putting me in Facebook jail on the 16th. Like I was saying, boom, 16th, 17th, 18th, I had 7 bans. The government state is believing that elected leader is perfect and will give them freedom. You cannot vote your way to freedom. We've been saying this for years in the truth movement. Once they take your freedoms, guys, the only way that it's ever been reversed in the books, supposedly, is through war, death, blood. Let's keep going here. Lenin was an absolute Freemason for the communism, right? I know everybody knows about Lenin, but did you know that he was an absolute Freemason, right? Did you know that, Jay?
I didn't know like that. Seeing him in the apron with the all-seeing eye and all that crap.
Like that. Boom. This one says Satan distracted them with the Roman legions to not realize the bondage that they're into these legions, the demonic ones. It says you're distracted by the New World Order legions. Never forget Yahawahashai's invisible legions of fire are with you. I like that one. That was beautiful. And this is a nice one too. I want to sort of end it off on a good note. It says everything you are going through, no matter what, is preparing you for what you asked for. But you have to wait for what we call divine timing. Everything needs to be built through patience, dedication, and hard work. So I didn't want to just, we tried to rapid fire through a bunch of those. I hope everybody got something out of this podcast. I enjoyed it. I felt great. I ranted so much tonight. I feel great.
You got your rants out. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
No, it's been a great night. So here we are on the 22nd. Next scheduled hangout is for the 24th. So that tomorrow, everybody, is the actual resurrection day. So that, or not resurrection day, but appearance day, the 8th day. So we have that tomorrow. Then Sunday, the 24th, well, we saw that propaganda prepping us for a retaliatory strike on Russia. So we could have an exciting weekend. We'll see. We will see.
Yeah. We might be back on Sunday with the Book of Nephi too, right?
Yeah, that's what we're planning for. So it's been great. Anything else you want to add, brother?
No, just that you guys should make sure that you check out the last song. It's really cool too. Everything that we brought forward tonight was supposed to give you guys like a ride up and down and through truth and back again. I wish we had more time, but I absolutely am really hungry. But I really enjoyed this time. I felt great that I was able to be myself, to let go, just have fun with you guys, and just spend a couple hours just looking through truth. And I'm really thankful, and I look forward to seeing you guys all again.
All right. Where's the only place anybody's going to hear any of this information, brother?
Well, today, it's only on Beyond Flat Earth.
Just wanna see